on a new adventure.
I'm trying to think back the last couple of years of TI where it has felt like there's been that clear of a favorite after the groups. I'm not sure if that was the case.
LGD was 1 year, but they didn't win.
Yeah.
Got third place, I believe. We're going to see a skewer here from Faith Beyond. Whitemon in quite a bit of trouble. I think he's resigned to his own death here, but JinQ might get right-clicked down by 23Savage as well. Looks like it'll end up being likely a trade of sorts as Faith Beyond just needs a couple more right-clicks with that shockwave. So 1 for 1, but first blood is the way of T1.
They might kill Savage here almost. JinQ,
Quite low.
he's
They're
going to get
turn this
punished,
around
though.
into JinQ. Waveform, couple more right clicks. Down he goes again.
Uncharacteristic. I could see what he was going for there. Thought he had the burst, but then the punish is just so easy for T1 there.
Just as a TB game overall.
Outside's pretty damn good. The one hero you picked it into that... Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Mid lane.
Dragon form, Y in the vicinity. Swarm comes out as well, but a nice LSA. Carl has his ult and nothing to say will drop as a result. And Y taking some right clicks as well, so double kill for Carl. Nice rotations from T1 overall. JinQ gonna get caught by the frostbite. This could be a triple kill for Carl. Indeed,
wow,
it
nice
is.
Move.
Talk about a bounce back for T1.
You know, has been traditionally a counter pick actually to Terrorblade.
Yeah.
But they do choose to pick it into it largely because of what I think, because of what BSJ said. This is a very good
initiation. Y gets off the Nightmare. Nothing to say is in his dragon form as well. You can see Whitemon taking most of the damage here, but then there's the duel. Carl doesn't have that much mana to expend, but the LSA should be enough. Is nothing to say. Takes another death in this game. Again, great rotations from T1, despite them being the ones getting initiated on. As 23Savage now in the jungle.
Whitemon, Nightmare.
Yeah, might be shown here, the Nightmare Frostbite exchange. 23Savage, double cookie. Whitemon will fall first, and 23Savage did turn into that Snapfire, but he's in a 1v3 situation. Gets skewered to the other side, still has waveform. Will be going into the cover of the arms of Carl, who gets off Laguna Blade, but no resulting kill here. Like, nothing to say. I just talked about how different of a role that is, technically speaking. And oh, we're going to see the stop it to the Fiend's Grip. Cuckoo, very unlucky. And that's going to be a kill going the way of Ame again.
3v1.
Yeah. That Centaur has some other agendas on the mind, no doubt.
Yep.
But we might see some action in this top lane. Nothing to say. I mean, Dragon Knight's not really one of those heroes that's going to take up that much space farming, so that leaves Faith Beyond to get really big. There's the stun into the RP. Do they have enough damage to take out the Morphling? Yes, indeed they do. And T1
burning.
Absolutely getting crushed right now. 3K net worth lead. Nightmare. Do they have the vision? Yep. The time-lapse in place just for the HP, but double kill goes the way of JinQ. And a tier 1 tower to fall as well. But
talk about getting value out of a rune. He got 3 kills set up with that invis plus the tower, and one of them is that big Morphling on the enemy side. All right, only 1K lead now for PSG.LGD. That was the biggest gold swing that T1 have had go their way in the entire game.
Yep, absolutely. As we're gonna see Whitemon get picked off.
RP.
Oh, RP.
Nice press.
Okay. Well, that didn't result in much. And here's the duel onto the Dragon Knight. Buyback down from Whitemon, but it looks like the damage is going to go the way of the Dragon instead. It will be a trade of lives, though, as that is a dieback on the Whitemon. And we'll see if this is enough for PSG.LGD to try to go into the Roche pit.
Yeah, that's a big pick on Carl and LGD, just straight down mid.
Yeah, still a minute to burn.
They want to force the buyback, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, can't blame them.
All right, they get it.
Yep, DK looks fine for now, but there's the duel. Can they save him? Carl pops the BKB, trying to create as much space on the sideline as possible. Laguna Blade blows up the Bane in the meantime. Eventually, Cuckoo does fall. It's a 2-for-2 with the buyback now onto Carl. And with that, PSG.LGD will back away. They find the horn toss onto Zephyr, gets the time lapse off, up to full HP again. Still working on an Aghanim Scepter for himself, which is another turning point potential for T1. And here we have Meta popped again.
Carl is in position.
Oh, the skewer back with the horn toss set up into the RP, but no! Press the attack. Waveform is enough to bait out the RP. And T1 See if they want to try to take advantage of this. I mean, they're going to have to if this continues to go in LGD's favor with this push. E-Blade onto Ame. You can see the jump in from Nothing to Say with an overwhelming blink being shown as Carl has to pop his BKB, and there is the duel. Do they have enough damage? But the Sunder from Ame, allowing the duel victory to go the way of Nothing to Say. He's just going to walk that one off, but 23 Savage can't walk that one off. That is just too much damage to withstand. And Carl jumps in. This is going to be the beginning of the end, I do believe, although 2 buybacks come up for T1. And the Metamorphosis is running out, but again, he has Demon Seal to work with. Bane's going to take a tumble. Whitemon drops to the deck as well, 1 for 1. Laguna Blade, Ame getting extremely low. That's just the Aegis, though. And Carl completely out of mana. Nothing to Say is still alive throughout all of this, some way, somehow. Just going to play all the pressure to the racks here. This will be a dieback onto Carl.
On the
and it looks like that is going to be enough to GG out of game 1. And like we talked about, syndereN, T1 have looked really good after that first day of the group stage, but LGD are just on another level of everyone so far. Just game 1, though.
Do you know what LGD stands for, SUNSfan?
What's that?
Looking good, dominating.
Very sad to see.
Only been banned 5 times. I think a lot of people even predicted it to be the most banned hero of the event and just wasn't. We're getting the replay here.
Yeah, that was basically a ravage by
Great Fissure
there, but yeah, Zephyr ends up being first blooded there.
Doesn't get much greedier than that. But at the same time, you look at LGD's lineup, which isn't necessarily the fastest either.
Yeah, we got the Spirit Siphon into the Crypt Swarm. I mean, honestly, pretty easy kill. And
working on Helm of the Dominator. Not sure how much I like that this game went through.
We got the cookie initiation again. Faith Beyond and company. Fissure connects, but the counter Starbreaker with the rotation from Whitemon. Looks like, at the very least, T1 get the trade they're looking for. 23 Savage, in fact, getting the credit for that one.
And now, defense is actually coming in. Carl from the side. Gets the courier kill, so now they know he's there.
Yeah. And here comes from the sideline, Zephyr. There's the Doom onto Faith Beyond, trying to run away here. Looks like, at the very least, he will drop. Whitemon might be the sacrifice. Nothing to Say. Exorcism has already dissipated. Wise in the vicinity. They will take him out in the end. 1 for 1. Now Spirit Siphon onto Carl. Echo Stomp as well. But I would assume that T1 is able to just walk away very safely here. He's going to get... That's not the hook stomp. No, that one was not worth, I don't think. The tower taking heavy damage, but here's the rotation from T1. Even 23 Savages come to play. Trying to take out Jin Q. Looks like he'll survive.
Oh, meta.
On the other side, Ame with the meta. 23 Savage trying to keep me out. Ain't going to happen.
Oh.
And this tower will fall one way or the other, but Cuckoo looks like he wants to defend and try to get the deny with the Centaur, but he's going to take heavy damage if he gets any further. Which is going to be given up. I mean, Warcry is slightly different, I guess. All right, I have to think about this one. Don't tell me. We're going to have a 4-man smoke here from LGD. Carl is going to break in. Faith Beyond jumps in. Solar Guardian is coming, but you can see the immediate Doom into the Earth Splitter, though. Looks like they're going to be able to get the RP off as well. Faith Beyond drops to the deck. Finger of Death finishes off Nothing to Say. And T1 showing up in spades here. Have a 3K net worth lead. Make it 2 as Jin Q. Shockwave into the Centaur. Mana Drain to follow. And another, whoa, okay, Echo Stomp. Delays the inevitable, it seems. And that is a quick 3 kills for T1. Now, Y on the run. He is fine.
BKB and Exorcism for what? Like,
yeah.
Now you can just lose Roche in 30 seconds. You won't have one of your cores effectively.
Yeah, Carl wants to jump in. He does so. Gets fissured immediately into the angle side, but there's a Solar Guardian. Will he live? Finally, the right clicks will be enough to take him out, but the RP onto 3 heroes into the skewer. 23 Savage is going ham here, but finally, the Sunder comes out from Ame as 23 Savage forced to TP out, but no, the BKB ends, and he gets canceled. The right clicks are there along with Nothing to Say. With that Spirit Siphon, 23 Savage trying to hold his ground, but eventually these right clicks will be too much as Ame just continuing to pound upon him, but Nothing to Say is the one taking most of the damage from Medusa. One more right click will do it. He dies along with the double kill from 23 Savage to fly back onto the Elder Titan. Ame getting extremely low, finally dropped to the deck. As this is a complete disaster for both teams. Everybody's dying. Finally, Zephyr teaming out will be successful. It feels like everybody died. 7 deaths for
My
PSG.LGD.
favorite kind of fight. Nobody won.
Goodness.
Wow.
Yep, strong stuff, I know. Oh, Zephyr is going to be spotted out. That's the Demon Zeal popped. They're going to be able to take out Dawnbreaker in quick succession here. Carl looking to potentially go in. Pops the BKB. Nothing to say does the same. Doom actually applied to Ame, but he's already in meta form. I think they'd be fine to fight here.
Carl has used everything.
T1, there's a huge RP from Cuckoo though, and the right click from 23Savage just decimating LGD. Earthshaker buys back into the game, second RP onto Ame. He's stuck in place, but there is the lifesteal. And look at how much damage he actually does. He is getting kited from afar though, as 23Savage with that split shot modifier going to work on LGD overall. Can they stun lock Ame enough? Zephyr getting right click down from far. The Sunder Talon was definitely taken, as you see Ame use it multiple times. Great Beyond's finally come back in the fight. Trying to kite Medusa as much as possible. Ame, all he can do is try to lifesteal. It's not going to happen though. Double kill for 23Savage. Finally will go down. Does have buyback, and Ame's going to expend his. So Jin Q working on Carl right now, burning down to that Inferno Blade. Fissure, nicely done. Blocks off Carl completely. Faith Beyond on the wrong side though. Why?
Carlos, no buyback.
Still has that magic immunity. 23Savage buys back in the game. Looks like they want to try to finish this one way or the other, syndereN. And there, Carl jumps in on nothing to say with the finger of death. Down he goes, double kill for him. Buyback again from LGD. 5 versus 5. Assuming nobody has buyback at this point. Good Gaben. And they continue to fight here, or do they want to back?
Oh, the Fissure
on the wrong side.
Oh.
Provides enough space for 23Savage to get away safely. This game is insane. 27k net worth lead, and this feels so even. And the fact that he has Shard, actually, it's the triple mana drain. Tier 4, all right. Faith Beyond is back, and remember, Dawnbreaker can just come in. There's Cuckoo. Oh, he kind of stutter steps there. Finally gets off the skewer, back into the fray. You can see the Earth Splitter from afar. Solar Guardian coming in as well. Can they kill Ame? Yes, they can. 120 seconds of no Terror Blade. PSG.LGD might be putting on the brink here of Game 3 if they're able to not hold this off. The Ancient is exposed as 23Savage continuing to just pound upon it, forcing them back into their fountain, and this looks like T1 will be forcing the Game 3. syndereN Faith Beyond gets off the Echo Slam though. Why? Jumps in, has a lot of damage to work with, but nothing to say. He doesn't have enough damage to kill off 23Savage, but okay. Satanic keeping him alive. Carl jumps in with the hoof stomp. He's continuing to try to hit this Ancient. 23Savage, Echo Stomp again, just keeping him at bay. Eul Scepter now. Can they kite him enough? Refresher Shard used by Cuckoo. Into the RP, into the Ancient kill. T1 force Game 3. Oh!
What a sick game.
Oh my God.
That was hype. I love that game.
Him in power. I mean, there's even a time where Ursul, no first blood this time. As Zephyr is going to get skewered back into the tier. Oh no! So first blood technically goes the way of T1.
Not by a lot. What Emperor's going to do is exactly what Nothing to Say is doing here. Oh, why? Actually gets
spike.
the spike.
He actually runs right back into it. Hex to follow. TP is going to be canceled because that is a super easy kill for
Big
LGD.
Kill.
Then that's a little different story than nowadays.
It's still a lot worse than most carries at farming, though, right? Like it's still slower. The Falcon Blade build-up and the better dagger.
Jump in from Storm, but it looks like Cuckoo wants to play as well. Trying to turn this around on the bear. Beautiful impale from Y, but results in the same ending, which is Ame Dunzo.
That's a lot of damage!
Destroyed as well. Double kill for Nothing to Say. It's going to be a back and forth action as 23Savage pops the wand. It's Nothing to Say. Still has the Flame Guard applied, and another beautiful slide of fist as a triple kill for Nothing to Say. Looks really bad for LGD.
Yeah, that was a great
Nothing to Say.
start of
Great
that
rotation.
play. And maybe Venno defending, but they just willingly give up the biggest tower in the early game.
Well, let's talk about Venno. I mean, Cuckoo, we're going to see the Earth Spike come out first. It's going to relocate on the way with Nothing to Say. RP from Faith Beyond. Down goes Spectre. Big kill for LGD's. Carl looks to be at least trying to clean up the residual damage here. So it ends up being a trade of supports after the fact, with a big kill, obviously, on the Spectre for 23Savage.
What did he actually glimpse?
He glimpsed Magnus. Oh, all right. Orchid onto Nothing to Say. Do they have the damage to bring him down? Nope. That's the BKB charge again. Continuing on. No mana at all for Carl. He's going to be brought down in quick succession. And it looks like Elder Titan is next on the list. LGD showing their prowess right now, and nothing to say, just continuing to destroy everybody in his wake. Cuckoo will be the third death in this engagement. LGD winning this game in spades, and they're not remotely close right now.
T1 just ultimately, they run out of patience. They just really want to try something, so they go on the Ember, but that's not enough in the tank. And again,
23 Savage. Faith Beyond's going to run into him. There's the Yule setup. Has the RP if he needs it. Manta's popped, but here comes Ame with the right clicks. Into the horn toss. Down he goes, not even needing RP. Look at the ultimates on the top. They all have them, other than Io.
up to the high ground.
Indeed. Spectral Dagger with the Gale. Ursa doesn't care.
Skewer.
Skewer in from Faith Beyond, and that's going to be a freebie for the kill on Cuckoo. Does have buyback. I don't even know. Have we seen Poison Nova this game? Have you
I don't think it's been cast.
That's... Wow. Unreal.
I'm glad we theory crafted whether it's better than before.
Right now it's the same, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks like they'll get this Rax, and T1 without the Elder Titan, this will be difficult to defend, even with...
Oh, the tether!
All right. Tether stun comes through with the bash. Carl takes the tumble. So that's the shard online for the IO. That is truly unfortunate. Earth Splitter comes inside the Static Storm, but the bash inside as well. It's enraged with the BKB. Ame super healthy. Just gonna focus on the buildings now.
Notice the voice chat line being used by Cuckoo there. Nothing touches the heart like my Venom. Arguably, your Venom doesn't touch anything, rather.
Yeah, I would like to see the Poison Nova used at least.
One Poison Nova before it's over, please.
Yes,
Let's go.
To jump in. Io's taking a lot of damage, but they're turning it on to Carl instead. He pops BKB, zips away to safety. Nothing to say, trying to pursue. Meanwhile, Ursa just eating everybody alive. GG is called. Poison Nova not cast, syndereN. LGD take game 3 in very, very convincing fashion. And this is the team that we've been seeing throughout the entire group stage and now in the main event.
Yeah, when LGD are on, they're on, man. That was just not even close.